So this is our day 28 um, on learning Cypress with JavaScript. And before we start actually coding into with Cypress and JavaScript, the thing is we should understand about the locator part because we are going to use it in the code. So why locator is important? The simple answer is if you want to automate any website, let's say this, you want to fill some values and you want to fill a form and you want to click on something, right? The thing is you have to identify these elements, correct? So what is element? What I'm talking about, the thing is whatever you see in a website is some sort of element. And technically, we say it web element. Okay. The thing is, this registration as a H header tag. This is also a web element. Um, this text box is also element. This button is also one element. This drop down is also element. Right? We have to identify this. We have to identify these elements so that we can fill the values into this, correct? So why this is the locator is important so that we can identify the elements. Okay. Now there are tool also. So this tool I'll talk in the second half, not as of now. But let's jump to how to write XPath. We have already talked about what is XPath, different kind of locators and all, right? So how writing good XPath is also, you have to understand it, and with experience also you will get to know what kind of XPath you should write and all. Okay, so let's understand this. So for example, let's say I want to identify this phone number uh, box, right? Text box. So what you can do, you can right click here and say inspect. Okay. So when you do that, see here, it is showing you that this particular element is input type is equals to number, ID is equals to phone number. Input type is equals to number, ID is equals to phone number. You should see its parents also. Okay. So this label is at the same level. This BR, this another label, this select checkbox, sorry, there's a drop down, this label, this text area is all at same level in the hierarchy. But if you see here, if you we go up, this input type is equals to number is child of body, correct? Child of body in the hierarchy. And this body is the child of this HTML tag, correct? So if I want to identify this particular element, right, I can write the complete XPath also, which is generally not recommended, the absolute XPath, and we can write the relative XPath also. So if I want to write the absolute XPath, it will be very simple. What I will write, see here, HTML is there. So we will write HTML slash, and it will start with single slash, okay? HTML slash, then in the HTML, there is a body, okay? Body slash, and then if you see here, input, right? Input. If I simply say, because the tag name, right? You can put it like this, tag input. But there is a problem with this because let's see, I'll tell you what is the problem. If I'll do a control F here and control B paste, see it's saying 1 of 5. That means after the body as a child input, there are 5 elements which is present as input tag. See here, if I hit on enter, it is navigating to me different input tag. So can I use this to identify this phone number? No, I cannot use it because it's not unique. There are multiple elements with this. If I use this XPath, there are multiple, there are 5 elements here. So how to identify? Can I put here in the bracket, I'll say 3. Then see, it's saying, 1 of 1. Because what I'm saying, this is like a kind index, right? But it doesn't start with 0 here. It's like 1 means first input box, okay, which is username. 2 means its second input box, which is this age. 3 means it's the phone number. But should we use this? So now we are coming to this, and it will work in your program. It will work, but is it a good idea to use this? Actually, no. Why? The reason is in future. So as of now, your automation code will work if you will use this XPath. But the thing is, in future, let's say the developer will add another input box here, right? For let's say username, age, and let's say there is something like um, nationality or something like that, right? So then the thing is, this age will become the third element, or some this particular numbering, right? It will not work. It will identify some other element. If some other text box will be inserted here by the developers in the future, then your automation code will fail. You may be filling, you may think that you are filling the phone number, but actually that value will go to somewhere else. Okay. So it's not a good thing to use this 3 here, right? Identifying that element by the tag and then finding it the third of that kind of tag, it's not a good idea. Okay. So it's better you use relative XPath. So what relative XPath says is find the things uniquely, right? Find the things unique in such a way that it is unique in that web page. Okay. So the thing is double slash means anywhere in the page. Okay. So you know this thing, right? This is input. This is type is equals to number. ID is equals to phone number. So what you can write here is input where at the rate means attribute where ID is equals to, copy this ID, you phone number. So in the single quote, you have to write you phone number and another bracket. Type is, so you can club 2 attributes. That's fine. Type is equals to number and at the rate type is equals to number. So whether it will work or not, let's see. So we will copy this and we will control F, control V, we will do here. So see here, it's saying me that 1 of 1. That means we are able to identify this uniquely by writing this kind of XPath. Okay, just a minute. You can use, I think, AND here. Okay, it's better to use AND. So I'll show you again. So this is like this. You should write it like this. Here, it's like this. Find input tag where attribute. So there is a rectangular bracket here. ID is phone number and type is number. It's like this. Okay. So this is a XPath. And this looks better than this because this is giving you a lot of information also about that particular element, correct? That ID is some phone number, type is that numerical value only will go there in that input text box, right? Something like that. Okay. So this is like making your own XPath. Okay. And there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things by which you can find out any particular XPath, right? So for example, here, let's say you want to find this button through its text. You want to find this register me button through the text. It's possible. It's possible through XPath. So let's Google it. Right? So learning is more of if you stuck anywhere, just find the syntax for it. So I can search XPath, XPath for a button with text. Okay. Somebody will give you like how to find this one. So how we can write the XPath, something like this. See here, button which contains text is this. That is also fine. If you know the exact text, you can write like this. So I'm copying this. So this will be the syntax. This is the syntax. What we are saying, find a button where text is this. So for in our case, it's register me, right? This is the text. So I'll copy this and let me put it here, this one. And let's see whether this will work or not. So I'm copying this, going back there. I'll do Control F, Control V. See here, it's saying 1 of 1. That means, and it's highlighting this. It is highlighting this button also when I hit. That means it's this code will work. If we want to use this, you can use it as an XPath for this particular website. Okay, this is an example. You can find a button through its text or any other element also. Not just, I'm not talking about just button. Any element where you know the tag, and if you think you want to search that element through the text, you can do it. Okay. So this is the uh, syntax. If you know if you want to use contains, that is also fine. So in the same blog, we saw that the syntax is this. Here, you can write button, then contains, then circular bracket, open, text, but there you will not use equal to sign. It's like contains text, comma, and through what you want to search. It's like this, right? So this is another way if you want to find any element through text. And there are way if you want to go to the parent, sibling, all those things are possible. So let's say you are in a situation where you want to find this text area, but no ID is there, nothing is there. Let's assume that you want to find an element where you know the tag name only, but you don't know its ID. Let's assume. So what you can do, you can find the element and work with its sibling. It's possible. Okay. So let's Google it. Let's Google it about sibling XPath syntax. So somebody will. So following sibling is there. Right. So let me see. Sibling. What is sibling, first of all? Sibling, which is sibling to the same parent. And it means there are two child, let's say, right? For a parent. So that two child will be the sibling to each other. It's very simple. So, but the code is following sibling, right? So following sibling means a particular element, and after that you want to find something. So with this example, it's other way around. So for example, let's say this label is there and the sibling to this is text area. So if I'm able to identify label, I can identify the text area also. So what we will do, label for is equals to you describe. Let me write the XPath for this first. So what we will write just an example. So we'll say label where at the rate for attribute value is you describe something like that. After that, so I don't want to identify this label. I'm using it. So this element is fine. I want to go to this text area. Let's assume, right? So I want to identify the next sibling. It's like this. My next sibling. Who is my next sibling? Right. So what is the syntax for that? You can write slash following sibling. Okay. Let me copy this. So what it is saying, slash following sibling. But which one? I want to identify this text area. So I will write here, instead of H4, I will say text area. Is the spelling is correct? Text area. Yes. So let's copy this and let's try whether it's working or not. So come here, Control F, Control V. Yes. See here. So I am able to identify this text area without using its own ID or other identifications, right? What I'm doing, I'm going to the label and saying, hey, I want to go to the next sibling. It's like this. Okay, following sibling. That's a good example. Following sibling. You can go to the ancestor, you can go to the parent, right? So there are examples available here. If you want to learn more about it, I am giving you. Don't worry about this Selenium code. The thing is, learn about how locator works. It's like this. Okay, fine. You can go to the parent like this. Let me see the parent text first. So it's important because parent, where is the parent? Parent. Yeah, parent. So slash parent, if you will say it will go to the parent. I'll show this example. Wait. Slash parent. You just have to write slash parent. So for example, let's say I want to go to the parent of this username, right? So what you can do, just inspect this first. This is input type is equal, but I want to go to its parent. So its parent is this body, correct? But let's write it. So it will be slash slash input bracket at the rate type is equals to text. So at the rate type means it's one attribute. Input spelling is fine. At the rate type is equals to in single quote text. Yes. And let's use ID also. And at the rate ID, sorry, ID is equals to union. Close this. Yes. But I want to go to its parent. So you can say slash parent colon colon. Is it going? Just a minute. Maybe syntax wise, we are doing something wrong. So slash parent, but in the parent where you want to go, it's like this parent colon and then particular tag. Okay, got it. So let me go here. Let me go here and say input type is equal to and ID is unique slash parent colon, let's say H1. So what we are doing actually, we want to go to, okay, wait. Let me write body. So it's like parent in the parent tag where you want to go. It's like this. In the parent tag where you want, at the parent level, where you want to go. It's not like the the exact parent. At the parent level where you want to go. It's like this. Okay. So read about it. Read about it. There are a lot of things to understand about XPath. You will get a lot of YouTube videos also, how to use it, what are the syntax for it, right? But there is another way. I'll show you. Instead of parent, what you can do, you can say slash dot dot. Right? Few people know this only. The thing is, there is another thing. If you want to go to parent slash dot dot, it's like, you know, the folder structure, right? In the DOS command, you can go to the parent through slash dot dot, correct? And then again slash dot dot. We'll go to the, see here. I am two level up. So dot slash slash one level, then again slash dot dot. If you will do, it's like you are going two level up. Okay. One level up is just body. Two level up if you want to go, then slash dot dot. So I'm going to the HTML tag. Okay. So it's like this. You can go to the parent like this also. Okay. And another thing is, um, if you want to, let's say, there is an input tag. Okay, there are 5 input tags here. And if you say slash dot dot, so see here, I'm going to the body. Again, slash dot dot will go to the up to this. But then you can again start. So let's say slash. So you are at top now, but now you want to go to any particular other element. So that's possible. That's possible. Okay. There is normalized text example also. So for example, if you know the text of a particular element, and so for example here, let's say there is a space here, right? And you want to identify by the text, um, not the following space or the you know pretext if it is there, right? So you can trim it by using normalized text. That's possible. Okay. What else? So XPath has a lot of different options. That's why XPath is popular because you can do a lot of things. This is the only locator technique where you can use lot of functions like following sibling, like at the rate, like you can uh, use two attributes, combine two attributes and identify a particular element. I lot of things. There are a lot of other things also available about the XPath. Read it. There are a lot of documents available for that. There are a lot of blogs are there. So if you read it, you will get to it.